will be listening. I hope they do. Now, the going free lesson of the day is very important because we're going to come back to something you should not be doing. We're going to be talking about what you should be doing. Again, something I was giving speeches on as far back as 2001, what you should be doing and should not be doing. And this is the position that I continue to maintain. So the chapter is titled Face Antiwhiteism. Facing anti-whiteism is an exercise for developing and deepening the knowledge and skill sets you have acquired by going free. Facing anti-whiteism increases your confidence and breaks your fear of expressing skepticism and disagreement. Moreover, by facing anti-whiteism, you learn to withdraw the, quote, moral authority you have given to the regime. You have learned to think of the regime as, quote, my country, my government, my church, my alma mater, and so forth. You have given it your obedience, faith, love, and loyalty. But the regime is harmful to our people, and therefore you as an individual. You owe it nothing. Obey its laws because the anti-whites will punish you and imprison us for the slightest infraction. But when, in your heart, you rescind your obedience, faith, love, and loyalty, when you reorient yourself to white well-being, you and our people benefit in innumerable ways. Now, I'm going to ask you all, and we'll see which of you are. This is the AP class. So going free is the AP class. If you don't see the little AP on your class schedule, you have to go down the hall to where the dumb kids go and the midwits and midget wits. This is where you are at advanced placement. So I'm going to ask those. So even in the advanced placement, of course, we're going to have some that are more advanced than others. You just heard me read the first page, and I will continue to read here in one moment, of Face Anti-Whiteism. What have I done that is sort of explicitly stated in what I just read? What is it that I have done with this? How can I phrase this? What have I paired with our individual well-being? Our selfish, serving our own interests, well-being. What have I paired? Facing anti-whiteism is an exercise for developing and deepening the knowledge and skill sets you have acquired by going free. What happens when you develop and deepen the knowledge and skill sets you have acquired by going free? What's the first thing that happens? You do become better able at helping others to go free. You do spread the lexicon and dialectic, but the very first thing that happens is your life is improved. You are improved physically, you are improved mentally, you are improved spiritually. I have paired your self-improvement with the recapture of our destiny. The activity that you engage in to make your life better, to make the lives of those that you love better, I have paired with the recapture of our people's destiny. There is no engine more powerful in all the universe for our species than that. That is what has made capitalism so much more powerful than the other economic engines that we have seen. And now, granted, you're going to have people who are going to say, yes, but this or but that. Take it for the comment and the understanding, how I'm using the understanding of capitalism here for how it is most widely understood, not how those who like to go to the granular level want to talk about it. I have paired your self-interest with our people's reclamation of our destiny. No one else has done that. Maybe in a couple decades or so, some of these others will catch up with us and the AP class, and they'll say, hey, that seems to be the way to go. You know, why is it that the butcher cuts the beef for you to eat? Why is it that or whatever you eat, maybe you eat kangaroo. Why is it that the butcher works away so that you can have meat on the table? It's not for your family to eat. It's for his family to eat. Are you beginning to see, some of you who have been purblind or blind up to the present, are you beginning to see the real difference between going free of the anti-white narrative and all of these other endeavors? There is so much that undergirds the work that we do here, and that is one of a peek at the gears working under the machine. The internet is an excellent place to face anti-whiteism. I want you now, with the knowledge that I've just shared with you, to listen to what I have to read about empowering yourself. The internet is an excellent place to face anti-whiteism. Your first step is to assume a nickname. Even if your opposition to anti-whiteism is already public, a nickname will enable you to be more fully express your thoughts and challenges and challenge anti-whiteism than is possible using your real identity. A nickname will also enable you to build emotional strength and composure. Once you have chosen a nickname, commit to challenging all manifestations of anti-white thought, acts, and opinions on the internet. Are many of you, is a light bulb going on, that epiphanic moment? Aha. So your self-improvement in these exercises to improve yourself is simultaneously bringing the lexicon and dialectics to the world, which, and some many other pieces that we could talk about but don't have time to, enables us to recapture our destiny. Identify, frequent, and post on video channels, articles, blogs, and forums that address socio-political subjects related to anti-whiteism, both directly and indirectly. Examples are YouTube content producers who address socio-political subjects, bloggers who write movie reviews, forums dedicated to parenting, news websites where authors twist their coverage to conform to the anti-white narrative. Identify and face anti-whiteism across a spectrum of opinion. Right-wing writers and presenters are usually not as anti-white as on the left. I should say right-wing, because there is no right-left for those of us who are in our own story. But all anti-whiteism threatens our well-being and must be challenged. So whether the anti-white or the person expressing an anti-white idea says that they are right-wing or left-wing, they are the same if they are anti-white. Resolve to identify, frequent, and post several times a week. Again, facing anti-whiteism is like building muscle. You must continually work out to reap the rewards. Do not limit your efforts to the internet. Think about how you can counter the anti-white narrative in your local or personal sphere. You can purchase ad space in a local paper. You can post flyers at your grocery store, write a letter to your town's paper about a local anti-white issue. You can also face anti-whiteism by creating white positive art, which we call well-being art. Use your newfound knowledge of going free. My live streams and videos and local global events to write white well-being prose and poetry, record well-being rock or synth music, paint well-being paintings, carve well-being sculpture, make well-being videography. Look to my white well-being community playlist on my social media platforms to be inspired by the well-being art created by others. So as you can see, and this is something that the adults in the room who have joined the outreach team OT, and at 8 o'clock we'll be hearing from Natarific, they have taken to the next level. They were doing these things in an isolated way. They then organized, and they are infinitely more productive as a consequence. They are bettering themselves, and they can feel it in themselves. I read something from Bonnie Blue Lass, what was it, last week or the week before, about how transformative her entire life, transformative for her. We just read about Musami Rabbit. These things, this work is transforming people's lives, and so they will do what? More of it. And the more they do, the more people that will catch the curative contagion, the more that they will want to spread white well-being, because they are bettering themselves, accessing more of their latent abilities, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We've heard it, Bonnie Blue Lass, it was spiritually. We've heard it on every level from people. having the grand change that folks never thought was possible. We really do need to kind of have a really negative. Well, I do have a negative view, but we should probably talk about it more often. These self-help garbage that is meant to just enrich those. You see these self-help con artists. They fly in Learjets. They drive Ferraris. They have several. They numerous sexual partners and homes and whatever it might be that they think is what they should have with all of their millions of dollars. That's all that they are doing. Everybody has been ripped off by these people. So with the dating books as well, everybody has been ripped off by these people. Why is it a ripoff? Because they're taking cliches, which they should give away because they belong to our people, and they're repackaging them, and they're putting something glossy on top, and then they're saying it's going to transform your life, and then they'll give it to you. And then what do? Out of the millions who buy their products, they'll have just like a handful who, by chance, it's going to just, you roll the dice, people start trying harder in their lives, and something good is going to happen. And they show you those testimonials. We have so many testimonials that there isn't enough time for show. I could stream constant, and there wouldn't be enough time for all the testimonials. What's the difference? Well, when you take a cliche, something, a truism, it might be legitimate, and you put that on top of somebody who is deeply sick with mean pathogens, you are not going to get the outcome that is promised that you would achieve, except for those essentially lottery winners. That happens every now and again when you get enough people together. You have to go down to the root of what's poisoning you. And that is what we do here. That's why there is so much transformation.